Hey, here on Inside High School Sports, got the lineman, the O-line. Look kind of, I don't know which one the smallest. All of them pretty big. But hey, man, just a pleasure to be here in the locker room talking to these hog mollies. All these guys, just about, I'm not mistaken, all y'all got offers. Hey, and that's very big. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll chop it up with a couple of these guys and see what their mindset is for the season.
Inside High School Sports with your host, Antonio Davis.
Young lives matter. Yeah, we about to bless you with all this talent. We got all the superstars. Pick one like a rapper. They gon' know who we are. Hit them like a tackle. We inside the high school. We inside the high. We inside the high school. We inside the high. Yeah. Put the people on, that's the main goal. We coming with something fresh, it's not the same old. And one, that's if you came from old. Home run, that's what we gunning for. Gonna run, just like track to the video. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Who you cheering for? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Who you cheering for? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Who you cheering for?
The baddest man in South Arkansas, Antonio Davis.
Back here on Inside High School Sports, where I have the O-line, the starting five, plus a tight end on the other end. He's probably about the smallest guy that they actually have on the line right at 205. And the rest of these guys probably about 165 pounds soaking wet. We'll start on that end. Then we have the starting guard. They got Adams on the end there. We got, I know, Zay, my guy, Landon Morgan. The left tackle, I ain't gonna never forget the left tackle side. Chris McCoy and Tweety Bird here. He played guard or tackle? Guard. And then I got my tight end. But hey, man, it's a pleasure. I know y'all had a great spring, great summer practice. Today y'all get a chance to just take the day off, play a little bit, a little slip and slide, bring the little kid out in you. How has the spring and the summer went for you all?
I think we had like a really successful summer break, and we went to a lot of team camps, went to Parkview, Prescott. We had a lot of good camps. We got a lot of good work in. I feel like that's going to contribute to us being a better team.
And most definitely. It always starts at the front. Everybody talking about you talk about the quarterback, you talk about the running back, but without the line, hey, there's no points on the scoreboard, and you all have built, and it's senior led. Everybody's seniors on this offensive line this year. Yes, man, so yes, guess what? Last chance last year to get that championship, and it's about time for Camden and Fairview to win another championship, and it starts with the O-line. What are some things that you all have worked on to better yourself in condition wise and in the weight room?
We've been ourselves. We'll go out, just work out. Somebody has set something up. Like one time, Haven set something up. And Coleman just to do something on there. Our O-line, we just work. We got a bond. Like we can just go out, do anything, anytime. Really, that's how we get better. That bond we got, that's how we get better.
And that's one thing about it. So y'all determined to actually to win and to whoop the defensive line across. So this is my question. With all y'all being seniors now, how do y'all do the defensive line in practice? Y'all ain't put them pads on like that yet.
Yeah, well, we got a little sneak peek at the end of the school year. They don't want to.
They really shut the red and white game down. Yeah, because we were killing. Yeah.
Really. Hey, real quick. We got it. I know all the games matter. You want to be undefeated. You want to win the championship. But it's a game coming up September the 1st.
I already know what you're talking about.
You already know what I'm talking about.
Already marked on the calendar.
Hold that trophy up again.
So tell me, what is it going to take for y'all to get that trophy to keep it here in Camden?
But you got to keep pounding every day. Grind don't stop regardless. We got to keep working every day.
What's your prediction on the score?
I really say
50-0.
But he said
really more than that. But I ain't
20 plus pancakes across the board.
Really? They not messing with us in no type of way.
All we got, if we keep staying physical, we keep staying low, like they ain't gonna get close.
It's 50, yo. I'm calling it.
50-0. 5-0. Hey, okay. All right. Well, you know what? We excited. We always excited for the season to start. I'm excited for you all, you guys. My guy down there, my center, man, I'm telling you, not knocking anybody off his line, but you know, that's a tough position. The center is inside out. He got to know the check downs. He know the plays. Man, he's tough. And the thing about it, I think he was the only one of the top linemen in the state.
Yes, sir.
Man, you that good? I've been bragging on you, man. I'm telling you. You don't talk much, but I'm telling you, I've been bragging on the whole offensive line. They say, what's the strength of Camden Fairview? I said, that old line. I said, it don't matter who play quarterback, who play running back, they're going to have a field day. But it starts at the center, to the guard, to the tackle, tight end, everybody doing a job. Man, I'm proud of, hey, I like to see the work. I'm really excited to see what you all have done in and day out to develop your body from sophomores. Most of y'all have played since sophomores all the way up. So, man, y'all already know how it is in the trenches.
Yes, sir.
And so, hey, what I need y'all to do for me, I need that 50-0 because I got my life is on the line and I need that to happen. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Here on Inside High School Sports, got the head man himself, the OC, Coach Stone. Man, it's always good to talk to you. I know you hate the camera. Hey, tell me how the spring and the summer went for you and your offense.
Man, we had a good spring, good summer. The best thing for most of our guys is, this will be the third year in the system for them, so they feel more comfortable. We're way ahead of install, way ahead of game planning. Most of our old linemen are 3-year starters, or we're rotators for 3 years, so they know our schemes, run scheme, pass schemes. They're comfortable with it. Junie is a very smart young man. He has a super high football IQ, so he picks up everything really quick. He's one of those kids, you teach him something one time, he learns it, and he's able to master it. We got some great skill kids coming back, so I think we had a really good spring. And then the summer, Corey McCoy and Jalen Gould really stepped up at outside receiver that really impressed us and surprised us. A good surprise. And they were some of the 7-on-7s we went to in team camps, they were pretty much unguardable. We expect the same thing from those guys in the season.
So you say you had Martavis Thomas for a couple of years, and now you go back to a different style quarterback. Martavis more of a dual threat, can run and pass. Junie, he can run when he have to, but he's tall, a big size. He has a quarterback body, and he has a quarterback IQ. And as well, his dad was a quarterback. I get a chance to play with his dad as well. How has Junie, you say go through the progression, how his progression and his reads have picked up, increased from as he did in the spring to now to the 7-on-7s?
He's one of just like typical player. The more he sees it, the better he's going to get. So he's improved. He has a super high ceiling. That's the thing about Junie. He can be a big time quarterback. He can steer the defense. He can read top to bottom to however we whatever concept we're running. He can read it. He can run the RPOs. He can read our second level defenders. And like I said, he's athletic enough to pull it and make something happen with his legs. Now he's not going to be Martavis running a 4.4, 4.5 and take to the house, but he can do enough for what we want. And our offense will shift. That's part of coaching is taking who you have and adjusting offense what fits in the best. He can make every throw, he can make every read, so our offense will be a lot less quarterback run game, and it'll be more true drop back, pass, and he can still run some RPOs. So.
As well, you got a big piece to the whole offensive puzzle, offensive line. And you can have a great quarterback, great running back, great receiver, but if you don't have those guys in the front, tell me a little bit about your offensive line and what they bring to the table this year.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the guys up front. Jeremy, Landon, Tootie, those guys played a lot as sophomores, so they played for 3 years. Chris and Haven played last year quite a bit. Matt Reynolds was a JV guy last year that's improved tremendously. So we really feel like we have probably 7 linemen that can play and be great players. They just understand everything we're doing. That and games are won and lost up front. Like the skill guys are cool and it's flashy, but in all honesty, if you're going to win football games, you're going to win a championship, you're going to win it up front. You know, and, our whole line is just, you know, it's the best offensive line I've had since I've been coaching. They're smart, they communicate, they ask questions. You know, when I first got here, you know, 2 years ago, they're kind of timid and shy. To now, if something happens, you know, they can communicate. They can tell you, hey, coach, he's in a 1 or a 3 or a 2 eye, he's slant. Like, they can tell you everything they're seeing. That makes our job just so much easier.
Most definitely. He got a center that's, you know, great landing man. I'm telling you, I always say he was the best center I've seen in years. It's smart, intelligent, tough. You know, I've seen this guy get bent backwards and come back out, tape it up, drink water, and he come back out and hit the field. And now, on top of that, your line with the O-line went to UAM this past Sunday. And I got an offer.
Right.
Man, what's the odds of this happening?
Yeah, that just goes into how good they are. Like, they are all tremendous young men. They do things right. They're our hardest workers, and I always tell them hard work's going to pay off. They put the time and the work in, and now they're getting the benefits. And in my opinion, they should have had way more already. All of those guys are college football players. Yeah. Every single one of them.
They got the height, size, and the work ethic. You know, Landon Morgan again. We really want to reiterate on him, especially playing the position he plays. A very smart, intelligent guy. He's on the one of the top offensive linemen in the state as well. So man, it's good to have that. You know, you got your tackles. You know, Chris McCoy, Shirley, he's got where he needs to be.
Right. And
I think he's feeling pretty good about himself because he knows now that hey, if I want to go to the next level, I got to do things differently. You know, always thrower. Always done a great job. Very smart kid. Works hard. Now, that's one of the hardest working men that I think you probably have on your offensive line.
100%.
And you got Whitney. Oh my God! Finally got a chance. I didn't know he could talk.
He's not a big talker. He's really.
Oh boy, he talked some trash to me earlier. You got Thrower. You got Chewy, man. He's a guy that went down with injury last year. Bounced back. Very big piece of the puzzle. And the list can go on. You got guys that can rotate in and out. It's always good to be deep on the offensive line as well. But Coach, I know you got to get ready to enjoy the rest of your day and get ready for fall camp. I know this was a fun day for you. A little slip and slide.
A little water park action for us. It was good. It was good.
It's always good to have a little fun and reward the guys that have done a great job. Competed throughout the summer. Went to the last 707 was the air raid.
Yes, sir.
And how did I was trying to keep up with it. How did they go for you at the air raid? I know a lot of competition.
Yes, sir. I think there was 27 teams there. I think after a pool play, I think we seeded 10th. The kids competed well. We played some good teams, good competition. That's just part of it. I mean, I wish we could win every game. That's just not reality of it.
Yeah.
We got in the tournament. We beat Hardin Academy. Beat a few other schools. We ended up losing to Conway. Conway, they're a great program, great talent. And then we got knocked in the losers bracket. We won a couple games, and we ended up losing to Cersei. There's so many rounds. I don't even know what round it would be.
Yeah, it was long. Y'all was in it for a long time.
Yeah. So it's a long time. But yeah, it was. Like I said, it's anything for our guys is a good experience. They're competing against teams from Tennessee, Louisiana, Arkansas. There's D1 corners, D1 receivers they're seeing out there, how they carry themselves, how they act. So I think it's always good for our guys to get out and see other people and see how they do things.
Exposure is always good, especially in playing great competition. And that shows you where your guys be able to win those games. The receiver, the quarterback receiving coordination and everything, his reads and quick reads. I know it's under time and everything.
Yeah.
So that makes a big difference if, he can go through his reads and check downs and everything. So that was real big for you. It's always good to talk to you, Coach Stone.
Yes, sir.
And man, I see you on the sideline calling them good old plays, man.
Let's hope so.
Hey, you can call them, man.
Inside High School Sports. We'll be back after these messages.
Weekend Fetish introduces vibrant colors just in time for spring. Put on our creamy matte lipstick for luscious lips. Explore colorful eyeshadow palettes to create the fiercest eyes and highlight those cheekbones with luminous, shimmering blush and confidence. As you spring forward, experience the enchanted fetish beauty.
Women moving forward. We believe that fitness is for everyone. It starts with a single step. Life is about moving forward. It's about embracing every step and pushing yourself to be the best version of you. Every day is an opportunity to prioritize your well-being. Our mission is to encourage women to come together by walking, talking, and sharing as we strive to improve our health and well-being in order to enhance our quality of life for a better tomorrow.
Ever since I met Christ, my whole life changed up. Used to aim low, but now we aim up. And we used to stay low, but now we way up. And we spirit filled, spirit.
We're waking up with Pastor.
Waking Up with Pastor, the show that helps you connect with God and find inspiration in your day. Inside High School Sports is back with your host, Antonio Davis.
Back here on Inside High School Sports, inside the locker room with the Camden Fairview secondary. Man, I don't know if y'all, boy, y'all put on some weight, some height, and everything. Even my guy back there, hey, I hope these niggas will get mad. Man, it's my favorite defensive player of all time. My favorite defensive player. You know why? Your last name Davis. Yes. Hey, man. So you know it's getting ready time for the season. It's rolling very, very quickly. How did the spring and summer go for you, Malik, and you and your crew?
It was good. We working, you know what I'm saying? Being competitive, you know, against each other, you know what I'm saying? We just working, you know, and progress, you know.
All right. So we're got some guys here. I know Jabari Lockhart. I don't know what position do you play. You the kicker now?
Nah. Don't use my feet unless I'm putting in work.
Yo.
Don't use my feet unless I'm putting in work.
Well, we got Jabari Lockhart, Matt Davis, returning starters, as well as Buck down there, the basketball player most of the time. But I finally got to see him some emotion, man. He won't smile, catch interceptions, win games, and he still don't say nothing.
That's just how I am.
It's just out here laid back. But I tell you, tell me some things that you all are getting ready to do this year. I know it's going to be exciting. You know, we plan on being in Little Rock, playing practice on Thanksgiving, playing in December.
Yes, sir.
What kind of work have y'all put in as a unit to be solid and to be able to take care of each other and be able to communicate on the back end?
Well, you know, as our DB group and defensive group, we try to come together, you know, study and do as much as we can for our next step in our position. So as a team, you know, we just come together sometime, watch a little film, get stuff down, pack some outside drills, some outside work here and there, something to just keep us active and keep us on our trail.
Always, yeah, making sure we correct our mistakes, and especially those, you know what I'm saying? I make a bunch of mistakes, and, you know, when it comes to secondary, it all comes down on this, especially in the passing game. You gotta work, you feel me?
You can't make them false step, one false step and be flat.
Be burned.
Be burned. Then you gotta hear from me on the sideline.
Your towel in there and there.
Like, get him out of here. He's killing me on the back end. But Jabari Lockhart, you got a lot of accolades as well. You 3-year starter. So I know the team as well is looking up, and you always hold one of the top receivers. You can play safety, cornerback, free safety. You can play linebacker. You can play DN. I mean, you have that body size that can transform along with. See, all of y'all built by the light. The smallest guy is the best guy, I believe. My boy right here, a little cub, about the best thing. Got the dreads just like I like it. But as a whole, as a senior leader, what are some of the things that you're telling the younger guys on the field, on and off the field?
The younger guys that don't play, I like to tell them like to keep working. Like your time gonna come, and like stay in the weight room. Like you gotta stay on top of things. Like anybody can get hurt, anything can happen. So if anybody go down, we gonna need somebody to fill that spot, and we don't need nobody who's lacking. Like we need somebody who's ready to get in there and play, know what they doing. So I try to keep everybody on the same track. Try to keep everybody at work.
So you got some guys here that I want you to introduce them. If do you know their names, or you just have to. You don't know none of them?
Which one?
All of them. I'm here on the D.
Yeah.
I want you to introduce your guys. Start with yourself and all the way down.
Me, I'm Jabari Lockhart. I play strong safety. This is my boy Matt. He play corner. My boy Musa, he played rover. He all over the place. My boy Butler played free safety. And we got little Trey Weaver on the other side of that corner.
So you got two small guys at corner, then you got all your protection in the middle of the field.
Yeah, most definitely.
And so we gonna look pretty good. So what defensive scheme we y'all what y'all basically y'all running out of? Y'all running 4-2-5 or?
Yeah, 4-2-5.
Okay, because I was seeing you had a rover, so I was like, okay, that's pretty solid there.
Yeah.
So in practice, what kind of trouble y'all giving the offensive and those receivers over there?
Oh yeah, you ain't got no time to. It ain't nobody open. That's the most thing. Usually ain't nobody open nowhere.
Everything lost.
Everything lost.
So you know how to blanket the receiver pretty quick.
Man, you gotta be quick, but he blanket.
All right, I know. Real about it. We got a game coming up September the 1st. Yeah, I know we got one of week 0, but that one September the 1st, I don't know if y'all remember that one. You know who that is?
Yeah, we finna be up 2-0. Don't even worry.
Who was that?
Ildo, ain't it?
That's it?
Oh, it's Mark. On the calendar, it's Mark.
Oh, man. So
it's 2-0. We finna be up 2-0. Okay.
Stamp.
Stamp. What? Okay. I want you to predict the score for me.
Ildo game?
Yes.
What, 35-7?
35-7. I got like 38-14.
38-14, 35-7. Hey, the O-line and D-line said 50-0. Ooh. So who gonna give up the 7 points?
Hey, nobody ain't perfect. Nobody ain't perfect.
Oh no, we perfection.
Nobody, ain't nobody perfect.
Hey man, it's exciting to talk to y'all, man. Especially the second day, I feel very, very confident. So I won't have to say, "Oh man, get him out of there." I mean, killing me on the back end. He looked like the bottom of my shoes.
Man.
Oh, Bird, get him out of there. He's getting exposed. But I'm telling you, man, y'all do a great job. Last year, you done a great job. This year, I know it's gonna be outstanding. A lot of 3 out of the 4 starters coming back, so ain't no doubt about it. So, man, I'm gonna get ready to talk to some of your brothers that in the front of you as well. So, man, y'all have a good time. Enjoy the day and get ready for fall camp. All right. Appreciate it.
You're watching Inside High School Sports. Inside High School Sports. We'll be back after these messages.
Weekend Fetish introduces vibrant colors just in time for spring. Put on our creamy matte lipstick for luscious lips. Explore colorful eyeshadow palettes to create the fiercest eyes and highlight those cheekbones with luminous, shimmering blush and confidence. As you spring forward, experience the enchanted fetish beauty.
Women moving forward. We believe that fitness is for everyone. It starts with a single step. Life is about moving forward. It's about embracing every step and pushing yourself to be the best version of you. Every day is an opportunity to prioritize your well-being. Our mission is to encourage women to come together by walking, talking, and sharing as we strive to improve our health and well-being in order to enhance our quality of life for a better tomorrow.
Ever since I met Christ, my whole life changed up. Used to aim low, but now we aim up. And we used to stay low, but now we way up. And we spirit filled, spirit.
We're waking up with Pastor.
Waking Up with Pastor, the show that helps you connect with God and find inspiration in your day. Inside High School Sports is back with your host, Antonio Davis.
Back here on Inside High School Sports, we're inside the locker room with the D-line. The D-line, it is my favorite spot. My favorite position is sitting next to a D tackle here on my right, and some D ends on my left. I don't know why they divide like that. Like they should be, you know, they got to be partners. The right end got to take care of the left D tackle or whatever. But you know what? Y'all on this end, they on this end. But guess what? It's all good. It's defense, baby.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so tell me, how did the spring and summer go for you all?
I think we had a very good spring. You know, we had a lot of learning to do. We had to come together. There was a lot of new, we had to come together as a whole because we lost a lot of people, a lot of key parts. But I think we're getting it together. You know, we had a very good spring. We had decent team camps, and I think we worked really well together.
Well, and you converted over from the O-line, a very great offensive lineman. Then you end up moving back to fullback. Man, I see you in every position of quarterback. It was almost getting there sometime. But how has it been a little flip for you from playing the offensive line and now you switched totally to the defensive side of football?
I dealt with this my 10th grade year, but the only difference is that I'm full time. So I mean, it was a hard transition leaving my boys on the O-line, but I'm here to help my team out. You know, I'm just doing what the coaches want me to do.
So as a unit, as a whole unit on the defensive side of the ball, how in the summer and in the spring, you know, I know y'all had some battle against your own offensive line. You made, you know, iron sharpen iron. You made that side of the ball better. How did the battles go between the offensive line and defensive line in spring ball as well in the summer?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. The film tells it all, but there were some ups and downs. You know, we both struggled on each side. They had some wins, we had some wins, but you know, D-line take it home every time. But I think we worked really well together. I think we both got better at the same time. I mean, there were some scraps, but I mean, that's just football.
So you say that, you know, the big difference, y'all won 99% of the battle.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, I think the O-line say they're different. You know, they asked the senior leaders. I know you're a senior.
He's a senior.
Senior. And one junior. Man, boy, I tell you, he ended up getting a junior spot, but you know, this senior heavy as a total. So I know it's fun. You and your boys, y'all been out there battling, getting each other better. But hey, gotta ask you this same question. You know, we want to win every game, but there's a game coming up September the 1st.
El Dorado?
Yeah, why you say it like that?
It's light work. Light work, no reaction. Light work, no reaction, you know? It's nothing, bro. I'm never one to underestimate the competition, but I got faith in my teammates. So,
all right. Stay humble. Hey, so, you know, that trophy's here, and we want to keep it here. And I know you guys have been working hard in off the field, in the classroom, got them grades right. Get ready to, hey, that's always number one.
Yes, sir.
But I know, man, I'm excited to see y'all. I have countdown the days here for you all to be able to take that field because I'm excited. Yes, and I'm planning on give me a championship ring.
Oh, you gonna get it.
Oh, all right.
We gonna manifest it now. You gonna get it.
Already.
We gonna manifest it.
All right.
The goal is to be practicing on Thanksgiving. That's the goal.
Sir.
Hey, that's all right. Hey, we'll have Thanksgiving dinner here. Hey, we'll do it. Hey, we'll make that happen. We practice on Thanksgiving. Hey, we'll find a way to make sure we have Thanksgiving dinner here. I promise you that. All right, that's enough. Hey, well, y'all go out there and have a little fun.
All right.
We'll see y'all pretty soon.
Yes, sir.
With 0 against Arkansas.
0. Already. We ready.
We ready. All right. And let's. All right. Back here on Inside High School Sports, well, I got the new DC, defensive coordinator that is, Coach Wayman Johnson. Coach Johnson, again, I want to welcome you here to Camden Fairview, my alumni. Man, I know you'll do a great job here. What are some things, a little bit about your background that you bring here to Camden Fairview that's going to make them successful this year?
You know, I come from a very diverse background, being able to say that I've been well groomed and taught by all the coaches that I've had over my years, going back from high school to Coach Elmore, then Coach Knight at OPU, and then actually working for Coach Elmore when I got out of college. You know, just the discipline, the hard nose, making sure holding everybody accountable. I'm big on that. The defense I played in, you know, it was the same. Everybody swarming to the football, everybody showing up with a passion and attitude and playing the team ball.
But this year, you know, defensive Camden is always pretty solid. Lost a few business pieces last year, but we still have some guys come back. Got some one guy, Whitney in particular, switching over back to the D-line.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, you put a smile when they said Whitney, man. I ain't know that guy can talk that much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, very smart and intelligent kid. But on the defense side of the ball, since you're not just a D-line, I know you coach D-line as well, but on your back end, man, how big is on your back end you have 3 out of the 4 starters in the secondary coming back this year?
It's real big. It's real big. You know, back end, you always want to make sure you have guys back there that know what they're doing. That's the big part, because we always tell them that's the last line of defense. You get beat, you know, that's touchdown.
Hey, it's over with.
You know what I'm saying? So we harp on the D-line, you know, because it starts with them. You know, I tell the guys, be selfish, make all the plays. That's what you want your D-line to do, be dominant. You want your linebackers to be able to flow freely, and just that back end, you just want them to know their coverage, their assignments, and their alignment.
Yeah, you got one guy coming back, Jabari Lockhart, man. That kid can play safety. You can bring him up to outside linebacker. Yes, you can line him up at a defensive end. I mean, his body size, I'm gonna say about 6'3".
Yes, sir.
Right at about 205, 210.
Yes, sir. Somewhere in there.
Hey, he's solid.
He is.
But he's a guy. I mean, he can play all over the field, man. It's almost he can roam around. I've seen him cover the best receivers in the state, shut them down.
Yes, sir.
And so this kid, what does he bring to as a senior leadership to your defense?
He brings that work ethic. He's the type of guy that's going to come in every day and do what he's supposed to do. And that's big for our younger guys, seeing that, being able to take coaching. And, not just only him, we got a lot of great guys on defense that's going to be able to contribute this year. But it's nice to have him and a couple of others. I call them Swiss Army knives.
So
you can use them in different locations.
What about your my favorite, that cornerback, little Matt Davis?
I can say this: my 6 years, going my 6 years of coaching, I've had some decent corners been able to coach. But I can say this: with Matt's size and his aggressiveness, I haven't seen that yet in any other corners I've coached in high school football. And I just hated that he's short because if he's 6 foot, I ain't got no problem with him.
Hey, anybody, he's next level material off top, yeah. He's right at pushing 5'6", 5'7", but he played every bit on 6 feet.
Yes, sir.
And he talked trash to the best of them. I'm serious. He talked straight trash,
yes, sir.
And he no back down. And that was you got to make up somewhere.
Yes, sir.
And and they say he got a little man syndrome, but I love his work ethic. At first it was kind of shaky. He got better, but he never backed down.
Yes, sir.
Going back to your linebacker core, Malik Musa Dennis.
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about this kid, man. He was very impressive. This is my first year to actually get a chance to see him play.
Yes, sir.
How is he looking for your linebacker?
He's looking pretty good. We might not have to move him just for the fact we got extra guys we can put in and just to help out the defense. But he's the bringing the energy guy. He's the one that's always jumping up, hollering, doing different stuff like that, getting the defense going. But the one thing about it, we just got to be vocal on defense, and I feel like having him out there is going to bring everybody else up to speed on being vocal.
Yeah, I was just talking with him a little bit. I think during summer practice, he really was impressive. His IQ of the game, how he was, moving bodies around, getting guys lined out, being able to check off and read the play. He was very impressive with that. I talked with Coach Vaughn about it. Say very impressive in the classroom as well.
Yes, sir. He is. He's a very intelligent kid. He's the type, you tell him one thing, he's going to try to fix it, not make the same mistake. Just for like in the spring game, I told him on pursuing to the football, don't undercut it, just go over the top, and the next play goes over the top and makes a tackle for a TFL. It's just little stuff like that you want, that you see in your guys, and it just brings that excitement up for this upcoming year.
And you excited. I mean, I'm more excited than anybody, man. I'm just ready to. Hey, man, this is one of the sports I wish could go year round, but yes, we know the physicality of it. Right. You won't be able to make it. It's hard to make it through the 12, 13 ball games.
Yes, sir.
But it's the physicality of the game, and I know you're going to bring the knowledge, the excitement, the accountability to our defense as well. No worries.
Yes, sir.
No worries, man.
Yes, sir.
I tell you, it's good to have you here at Camden Fairview, and I'm pretty sure they'll take good care of you as well.
Oh, yes, sir. It's good to be here.
Back here on the Inside High School Sports, where I got the head ball coach, Coach Vaughn. Coach Vaughn, I know you said, just talking, you said this is your second year. Man, it seems like you've been here for some years, where the program has transitioned so quickly. Had a pretty good season last year, as always. We were very pleased and excited, and we were just looking forward to next year after that last ball game in the semifinals. Played against a very, very, very tough school. Shiloh Christian is always good, elite school. But Camden Fairview, hey, we at school this year.
Yeah, we like to think that. Well, let me rewind. Before I took this job, I kind of thought that knowing what was coming back with Martavis and Jay Reed and a few other pieces, that it may be year two before we really see where we are as far as what I anticipate us being, how good we could be. Just because I knew, we had some stars come back on the line, but we had a lot of unexperienced guys coming back as well. That we're going to have to be playing as juniors. And, when I got here in February 1st of a little more than a year and a half ago, things started changing. We saw our kids really buy in, which was a good thing to see. We got really good kids here. I think that too many times we get labeled as South Arkansas, or we're Camden, we're this, that, and the other, and things just don't get looked upon in a positive manner. And I will say this, we're totally against that narrative, I should say. Our kids are fantastic. They're still teenagers. They're going to make mistakes, but we're going to learn from our mistakes. But they have put their nose to the grindstone and have responded in everything that we've asked them to do. And the results showed. I mean, we started off kind of rough against Arkadelphia, but it was a good wake-up call for us to say, hey, we got to make some changes in a few areas. We got to do a little bit better job in conditioning. We thought we had at that point. We had like 8 guys cramp up in that first game. And I tell you, you make your biggest jumps in progression from week to week when you go from first game to second game. We saw that. We saw how we changed from going from Arkadelphia to El Dorado, and we didn't have any cramps that game. And you're just talking a week's time. We progressed throughout the year. We kind of hit ebbs and flows as any ball club does. I thought we started playing our best ball in the middle of the year, which we kind of peaked kind of early in that sense. Looking back on it, hindsight's always 20/20. You always want to peak towards the end, playing your best ball. I think we had a couple of guys get kind of banged up, and the year kind of weighed on them a little bit. But we continued to respond in a positive way. We lost 3 games last year. Arkadelphia game was a wash. We just didn't play real well. We turned the ball over 5 times and just didn't play well. And our other 2 losses came to the teams that played in the state title game. We played at Parkview here for the conference championship. We had the ball inside the 10-yard line, first and goal inside the 10, 3 different drives, and got 0 points. And that just doesn't happen here at Camden. It hadn't happened all year, and yet it happened against them. And if we get points, if we get touchdowns out of those 3, it's a 1-score game. And that's still us throwing 2 pick sixes.
Yes.
So you talk ifs, ands, and buts, but we knew we were close. That's one thing our kids responded after that game, that we saw the film and we were like, you know what? We're this close. We are just a play here and a play there from – we can play in Little Rock in December. And they bought into that. We played really well against Valley View, Valonia here at home, hosting a playoff game in some bad weather. Turn around and went cold weather game at Valley View, which is a tough place to play against a very, very talented Valley View team. I thought they were overlooked in a lot of ways. Yeah. Very well coached. Found a way to get it done there, and then obviously we go to Shiloh and we run out of gas. It's a 1-score game in the third quarter, which is what you want. At that point, we hadn't really played our best ball yet, and we just ran out of gas late. And it happens. It happens. At some point, you're gonna have ebbs and flows, and the question is, can you overcome the issues when they happen? And at that time, they were just a better team and make more plays. And so that's where we are. We've had a great spring, a great summer, not to get ahead of anything here, but we've had a great spring and summer. And we feel like we're poised to make another run, hopefully practicing on Thanksgiving.
Hey, we're looking forward to that, Coach. One thing I did hear, I was like, man, this guy can coach, make adjustments. I'm on the sideline, like, it's when you get a coach that can stop, call a timeout, and make quick in-game adjustments, that means they got to coach. And I tell you, you can coach.
Well, I appreciate that. And I'll say this, I give tons of credit to our guys, our coaches, our coaching staff. Part of our setup is, we pour into kids. And it's my job as a head coach to pour into my coaches so our coaches can pour into them. I'm here, I may be the head of the snake, for lack of a better term, but at the same time, it's my job to help prepare my guys, to prepare our kids. Because at some point, they're going to want to be a coordinator. They're going to want to go take charge of their own program. Like Coach Ball just left us this past year to go to Junction City. Great opportunity for him. I hope in what little time he had here under Coach Munden that he learned a ton of ball, but also he was hopefully in just a single year, he had a little more preparation to help him for that job. Because that's, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about pouring into people And long story short, and I know I talk a lot, but I'll say this: our coaches did a phenomenal job with our kids, making adjustments. And it's my job to kind of lead it a little bit, but give them the power so they can have success, so they can be prepared for the next step. And if they're not just ready yet, then we'll make those adjustments ourselves as a staff, and I'll insert myself if I need to. But I'm just really thankful for the staff that we have. I feel like we have a great one coming in, a great new staff for this year. Really excited about that. And, it's not all about me. I may help set the standard, but we have a great coaching staff that does a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that just doesn't get noticed enough.
Yeah. Most definitely. Well, Coach, I know you got a lot of excitement going on, not only get ready for the season, but you got some equipment on the way somewhere in the mail, somewhere in the area, I hope. Hopefully be delivered today. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on. I see you get some measurements in for some, I don't know if it's for tuxedos, for the championship ring. I saw a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, we follow. We try to keep up, but you got a lot of exciting things.
We've been fortunate. Our district has supported us in the sense that we have ordered new uniforms. We're transitioning from out of Adidas into Nike, which is what our kids like. And so we have them on the way. The white tops are in. I know everybody's anticipating. They've seen the little tease on social media. We hope to have the rest of it in any day now. We were fortunate enough to have people in our community support our program, have people involved in our program. We did have Don Joy, representative, was here measuring our offensive linemen for knee braces for this next season. So we'll have 12 pairs of knee braces for our top 12 kids as they prepare for games. They'll wear them on contact days, but also in games for a player safety purpose. To help protect their knees, because there are oftentimes, you don't think about it, but when you're playing in the trenches, especially for some reason more so on the offensive side than on the defensive side, they have a tendency to kind of get rolled up in the pile. And so we're trying our best to protect our guys. A lot of colleges do it that way, obviously in the pros. And so it's an opportunity for us to take advantage of some support to help for player safety. We've been able to raise some money here and there to get some things. If you were to pan around this room, we've got not that you would. This is okay. But, we've got new 5-man pads in here that are going on our 5-man sled that we didn't have a year ago. That we're going to take advantage of, obviously, for our linemen on both sides of the ball. Just small things here and there that we try to make changes. We've updated our field house some. Here's another great thing we got coming. Our district has supported us in. We have brand new lockers coming for our locker room. That should be in, once again, any day now, what things are with shipping and whatnot. That's the issue for that. But they could be in sometime this month, so our whole locker room will be different. We've made some subtle changes to our team room, upgraded the technology in there. Matter of fact, we're having a fun day today, so we've got Madden going on 2 different TVs in there. So we're excited about all the positive things that are going on. And that happens when it helps tell that you're heading in the right direction. You're doing things right for this community with their kids. When they see it, then they support you. When they think that you're not doing things right, you're not going to get that support. And so that's a good feeling to know that, hey, we're doing things right. We're heading in a good direction because our community is supporting us.
Yeah. That's one thing about it. That's one thing I do love about Camden. When they see positivity, where you all point to these young men and you're winning. Hey, that plays a big part. Everybody it's not all about winning, but to those alumni and those sponsors and those donors, they want to see some results in it. You are doing it as a whole, as a staff. Man, we're just excited. We are very, very excited to see what this year's going to be like. We plan on playing at War Memorial Stadium twice this year.
That's right.
One in October and one in early December. So we're looking forward to that. And I know we'll be there. There's no doubt about it. The guys feel confident. Got a chance to talk to the O-line and the D-line. And when those guys feel confident, they do. Hey, that's one thing about it. When your front line of defense and offense is ready, we know what the rest of the guys are ready to do, bring to the table as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. When I think championship level teams, it's one up front. And you can have really good teams and lack in the lineman department and maybe get lucky enough and fortunate enough to catch a bounce here and there, not turn the ball over and still find a way to win games. But when you go back and look at all the years of championships, that have been won in every classification, it comes down to linemen. The teams that have had the most dominant linemen usually are the ones that win just because of what it takes, the physicality of the game at any level. When you have those quality linemen, and the same thing, when you look at college football, you look at the NFL, it's not a coincidence that the team that has the best linemen are the ones that are winning. Obviously there are other factors, but at the same time, quality linemen is what makes a difference. We're very fortunate that we have, we played about 8 offensive linemen last year. Most of them were juniors. We graduated one of those 8. We got 7 of them coming back. And it's a very great thing to have. It's a great problem to have is how we're going to play them off. We're going to play some of them on defense. And so to help us our depth up front on D-line. If you notice, we're going to move Jeremy Whitney over there. He'll split some time. We've actually worked Caleb Smith some as an old lineman, as a tight end. And we always have Haven Adams played a little bit of D-tackle last year. We can always move Shamar Walker Tootie to D-tackle or Vincent Thrower. We have the flexibility. We've kind of worked some of those situations this spring. We're going to continue to do that this fall. Very fortunate that we have the group of kids that we do. Again, fantastic kids. They enjoy the labor of work because as we talk about here, there's no wasted days, and it takes what it takes. If we have to put in the time in order to see the results. You can't just do it halfway and expect the ultimate goal of winning a championship. And, we go in team camp in the summer with Parkview, with Bryant, with North Little Rock, with Cabot, with all these really good football teams. And the one thing that we all have in common is we all have the same common goal. And as of last year, we all were in the same boat. We were all playing in the semifinals or better. And so when you see great competition in the summer, it's a good measuring stick for you. Of course, everybody other than us in Parkview, everybody else are bigger schools. And so also it's another thing is we're pushing ourselves to play bigger competition in the summer so that we have a good measuring stick of where we are. We put ourselves in bad positions on purpose. We move guys around to see what they can do and find out now, so we're not finding out in November. So we have a good idea of where we're headed. We know we have still tons of room to grow, and I have every faith in our staff to get us there, and our kids have the want to. That's the best part about it, is they want to get better. They want to come to work. Now, then they're still teenagers. We still have our issues, but at the end of the day, our upperclassmen, our senior class, and we have a good group of juniors that got a little taste of it last year that played quite a bit. Trent Haygoods, the Junie Atkins that's going to come in and be our QB, and a few other guys that they're, DeJuan Wesley that had a taste of it a year ago, that they understand now what the expectation is and what it's going to be like because they were in the fire as young ones, and they can push our older ones to continue to push, and it trickle down into our sophomores. And those sophomores that played junior high ball a year ago, it's amazing the amount of growth they've had since February. I try to tell our community, but I most definitely tell our junior high kids, look, the results at your age they're not always going to be great, because oftentimes you may not have every piece in your class or in the class underneath you to try to make things work. And yes, every once in a while you're going to have a really big class that has a good group, like our 8th grade bunch. There's a good solid group of linemen and skilled kids. Our 9th grade group is kind of small. Well, a year ago, these sophomores were 9th graders, and it was, we had probably 35 of them, but we had pieces. We had a couple of good pieces here and there, and a few others had to play both ways, and they just wasn't quite mature enough. And just, one of those still kind of awkward, still growing up moments. But to see how much they've grown since February is I tell you, it's exciting. Matter of fact, the hair's starting to stand up on my arm. You can see it if I didn't have sleeves on. But we just to see their growth and how much they've had a little taste of success this spring and summer. You have a kid like DeCason Torrance, who's as big as a door. And, he's got lineage here. His brother was probably arguably the strongest Camden Cardinal and Camden Fairview Cardinal in the history. He's on the record book. So, and he is just a sophomore, and he's going to be chomping at the bit of his brother's numbers. And to see him have, although it's been small success, but he's had a few plays here and a few plays there, you see the potential. And now that he gets to see it on film, watch out, because he knows that once I put it together, I got a chance to be good, and he wants to be good, and he wants to play as a sophomore. Like I said, he's big as a door frame. So I mean, he's got the body type for those D tackles. I'll say this: he's a smaller version, although not that much smaller, than a Bijan Jackson that we coached at Ray. And for South Arkansas guys, he was Arkansas Razorback. He was in the pros for a little bit and doing some personal training in Northwest Arkansas right now. But he has that fast twitch. He has that size that these schools are looking at, and we're excited about our young ones. And he's just one of many.
Coach, I mean, you made me more excited. Can we just go out there and just call somebody? Let's line up. We can play the Adidas stuff.
Well, I apologize. When we start, one thing I will say, I apologize for this, but I don't. I'm always going to brag on our kids.
Yes, sir.
And when you start asking me about our kids, I can talk forever. And especially when you talk about success stories.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we've got several. We've got 2 seniors that I want to talk about just real quick. Jalen Goodwin, to Corey McCoy.
Oh, yeah.
Guys that were role players a year ago. Probably our 2 most improved players on for spring and summer. That we had no idea what we were going to have a receiver coming into this season. And those 2 have had a fantastic summer. Really excited to see what they can do. When you worry about guys in the moment, how are they going to handle the moment? Well, I tell you what, there were moments this summer. We went to a couple of highly competitive 7-on-7s to put ourselves in it. Once again, put ourselves in position to where it's going to make or break. We're either going to play really bad and we know where we are and we can start making changes, or guys are going to step up, and they have stepped up. It's starting. We're starting to see some change out of Lloyd Fusilier. We're starting to see. We've got the business. We got another guy named Jordan Elliott that has shown some flashes. That you got kids that get a taste, and you never know what they're going to do. Those are 4 young men at the receiver core right there, and we hadn't talked about the Will Hintons, the Xavier McHenrys, and these are all we already know what 4 is going to do, right? But the rest of them, our success offensively will be based on, for our passing game, will be based off how well they mature. And I tell you what, I'm putting the pressure on them now by saying this, but we got a chance to be special there if they continue to come. And those guys got a taste of it. All summer long, it's been one guy or another, or 2 of them, or 3 of them. And the growth that we've seen from them tells me that we got a chance. We got a chance to go do something special. And, we've had great secondary play. We were adding pieces like Malik Musa Dennis. We've got a guy, Caleb Tate, who you're going to see play H-back tight end, but he's also going to play Sam linebacker. We've got a kid like Jerome Williams, who has busted his tail to get himself in a position to contribute from a guy that barely played JV a year ago. The list goes on and on. Again, I could talk hours about our guys, but I tell you what, I'm excited about our opportunity. Our kids are going to make mistakes. We're never going to be perfect. We're going to strive to play perfect games. But ultimately, if we stick together, we continue to grow and pour into each other, sky's the limit for this bunch.
Most definitely. Coach, it's always good talking to you. It makes me excited once again about football. I'm going to get some of them guys in here. I'm going to get a chance to talk to your quarterback and your receiving core and the linebacker core. And then, I don't know. I'm ready for the Friday Night Lights to come on.
We are too. I tell you what, today, I'm not sure when this will air, but it's July 26th. So we are literally 3 weeks away from scrimmage in Star City. It'll be 3 weeks tomorrow, I believe. And 4 weeks from game week. So, it's here. That's the thing. It comes sooner and sooner, it seems like, every year. But I tell you, we've had a great summer. We need to fine tune some things in the next couple of weeks in fall camp. But I tell you, I like where we're headed. At the end of the day, we got to line up play. We can have all the success in the world in team camps. We can have a great fall camp. But if we don't line up when the red whistle blows and the lights are on a Friday night or a Thursday night, none of that will matter. So we've got to execute when it counts. But I tell you what, I really like where we are. I like where we're headed. And our ultimate goal, we want to win championships. And we're gonna find a way to be practicing on Thanksgiving. And that's what we're headed. We get there, we're in the top 4, we got a chance to win a ring.
But Coach, we'll let you get out there and have a little fun. We'll be out there in a little bit, and I'm gonna get some of you guys here. Thank you, Coach.
Absolutely, thank you.
Inside High School Sports with your host, Antonio Davis.
Young lives matter. Yeah, we about to bless you with all this talent. We got all the superstars. Pick one like a rapper. They gon' know who we are. Hit them like a tackle. We inside the high school. We inside the high. We inside the high school. We inside the high. Yeah, yeah. Put the people on, that's the main goal. We coming with something fresh, it's not the same old. And one, that's if you came from old. Home run, that's what we gunning for. Gonna run, just like track to the video. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Who you cheering for? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Who you cheering for? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Who you cheering for?
The baddest man in South Arkansas, Antonio Davis.